Change.
So you don't really care which side your part goes on?
It goes either way.
I love how free with she is. She's just like, yeah, just like.
I've had my hair like so many different ways.
I think she's a demo before for waxing or something.
Over direct? All right.
Ooh.
Over direct.
Oh Lord. Oh my. Yes, no fear.
The only fear I have is
I would be
cutting
so
myself.
nervous right now.
Right?
Over
I'd be
direct.
like, oh God, she's gonna yell at me when we're done.
No, she's actually gonna love her hair. It's gonna be so sexy, so movable. You can already see it. See it start. See it start. See how it's starting to move now. I have her stand because the standing will help me cut her because I'm going to move her head all over the place. You know what I mean?
I have some of my.
Yeah. So two reasons there's maybe more than two.
She's so loose.
The reasons that they stand is because I want her up high to where I'm looking. I don't want to work down here. I'll off balance and bend over. So I want to keep my back like straight up and down. And also I'm going to move her head. Look, see? Because look, if I don't move her head, then that means that I'm going to try to over direct this. And look, the hair's going to come back here from gravity.
Right.
I need the hair here, so there, okay? And so I don't flip my hands up to cut into it. I keep them down, see? And look, I call this like what I do is I can make a conscious effort to almost like, it's like she's making a salute, you know what I mean? Look, salute. And because I have all this I can work into now rather than letting my hands come slide down to the guide and then I'm cutting myself. So, here it comes. Okay, here's the drop-off point right here. So now we're going to take that, and now we're going to slide it. So you can do this, you can do this, but the actual best way to do this is like this. You open up the scissor. Here's where I want it to enter. I take the scissor now and I put it on my finger like this. Not on an angle because I will cut myself. I put the blunt part of the scissor right here on my finger, and it sits here. And now, during this cut, it never parts from the finger. You understand? It never goes apart. It's not like this. It's like this, all in one, while my thumb cuts. So it's done like this. Okay, and they don't part. And the reason that they don't part is because I want that look, see? So if you're down, you're all the way here. So if you need to, the hair's like 10 feet long, I'd be over here. You know, out the door. You can connect anything. See how parallel? I want these to be a million different lengths, nothing the same. I'm going to leave this whole corner. It'll be cool. This is called channel cutting. This will create the movement that I'm looking for. The more I channel her hair in that direction with the scissor, the more it's going to go there. Look, you'll just see it. Watch. You'll see it happen right in front of your eyes. See the movement?
Mm-hmm.
Now, let's flip it around. We're going to now take this, and we're going to direct this way. What I want to do on her face, what would be advantageous for her face, is to open this eye up like this. That would look really awesome because it will define and bring her cheekbones up, narrow her face out. Okay, another thing that I'm constantly asked is, when you're doing long hair, where do you stop taking the hair from? And my answer is, you take it all the way to where you can't take any more, and it reaches. If it reaches, so on this cut, the parts there, I'm going to go down to the center back. So all this hair will be directed here. All this hair will be directed there. Now, where you direct it into this line will determine the amount of layers that you have. So, if it's directed here, which is a much shorter line than here, right? It'll go back as a shorter layer. So depending on the kind of layers you want to see, that's how you're going to decide where on this line you take this hair to be cut. You want it as long as you can get it. Don't have it travel farthest. See, from here to here is farthest. Middle, shortest. And that's the way it will all blend. All the layers will tie in.
So you don't part the hair, you just actually just divide the back of it, right?
Yeah.
And then just bring everything forward, and that's your over direction. And
That's
then
it.
when
That's
you
it.
comb it back, it's gonna give you really good layers, right?
Yeah, good layers, good movement. And then I'll come to the back. You can already see how it's sort of starting to like open her eye up here. That's also very sexy, you know, like a little peekaboo thing going on. One of your best, accessories is your hair. You can play off of it. You can use it.
Oh.
Another thing that I'd like at some point for you guys to learn is how you cut outside your hands as well as inside your hands. So for a line like this, I want to take this out, right? So you could do it like this. And when you do it like this, what the technique is that you have the hair, and then instead of getting the scissor on your finger, it's too awkward, you combine the back of your hands, connect, and then go down, okay? But another good way to do this would be to do something like this. She just graduated?
Yeah.
I just completely stole all her thunder. I'm so sorry. She wanted cake.
I want cake.
I want cake.
Who has cake?
Let's eat some cake.
Cake or death.
All right, you see the movement here that we got going? Okay. And so you look at it and you just decide, where do we need more movement? Oh, we need a little more connection here. So what we're going to do is we're going to connect that. Okay, so now we've got pretty much something that we've got the interior cut. I mean the exterior. We've got the frame cut, and now we're gonna come to the back. I'd like to share this with you. So this is something that I do with my long hair. If you want to pick it up and use it. So a lot of times when we're cutting the back of the hair, we go. And then we go. And then we go. Right? There's no reason to do this, which is a precision technique, if the hair is hitting the shoulders or longer. Because that shoulder right there ain't going to let it fall precise anyway. So what I like to do, what I feel is more efficient, instead of using horizontal or diagonal kind of lines, I use vertical strips. Like that. Okay? And so what I'll do is I'll hold this down here and I'll then cut it onto the skin. Now, one last thing. So at this point in the haircut, we will really sort of start negotiating with the client, right? How much can I cut off? How much do you want cut off? So forth and so on. And you like wrangle back and forth. She's going to say, no, that's too much. And you're going to... But that doesn't make sense. So what works best for me is this. So head down. Let's turn you a little bit. This way, other way. No, yeah, right there. When I let go of this section, this section of hair is going to tell me exactly where it needs to be cut. I'm not going to make the decision. She's not going to make the decision. It'll show you. Watch.
From the tension?
You'll see. Watch.
Okay. Oh, I see.
Right there, correct?
Yeah.
Am I right?
Yeah.
Okay. Not here. Not there. Right there. Bam. It's clean. So then I go to her and I say, this much and it's clean. Every time they'll say yes. Because there's a purpose. They want their hair to be clean. If you just come up with a random length, they're going to fight with you on it because it doesn't mean anything. There's no goal to it. But if you say, can I have this much for perfect ends? Yes. So I'm going to come down. Work from the inside to the outside. What you don't want to do on the back of hair is you don't want to work from side to side because it will never end up even from here to here, so you'll keep going back and forth till they're bald, right? So go inside to outside.
I always pull to the left.
Yeah. You know, interesting Mike, an interesting thing that happens in haircutting when you're teaching haircutting. If a person is getting one side usually shorter than, it's like a constant thing that they're doing, and one side's coming shorter, it's all in your feet.
Oh.
I'll show you. So if I'm cutting this hair, right? And now all of a sudden I'm going to cut this hair and I'm going to take this and I'm going to step in here. I just created this line, which I need to come out here, and I just cramped it and I cut it off. See what I mean?
Yeah.
And so you can usually figure it out, like what's happening by the way you're standing. So on this, I want to stand so that I can bring all this back so I can get nice square corners on this, no rounding. Then I'll kind of slightly take this and, no, let's leave it like that. Okay, so I'll blow this out for you. We could even maybe do some cool beach waves on this, but this now. Everything's cut on this haircut, so we've got the over direction to create the movement. We've got the slide curve, or we've got the aeration up and in to create that tenderly texture. We've got the slides to create the connection of everything. We're connecting it. And then we got the channel to create the interior motion. And then the only thing that really needs to be cut in this haircut now is up and through here. Because it's very long here. And this is will go flat. And most people want some volume. But they don't want the kind of volume that something like this would give them, right? They would have volume. It would stick straight up. But that's not what they're looking for, right? So what you need to do, and this goes for all hair cutting, all hair is supported and separated and propped up by its base. So that means that we need to create pillars of support inside the base that are so random that they will not show any straight cuts. So we just come in like this, we poke little ones like this, we poke, those will hold up these, those will hold up these, those will hold up these. You follow me? Okay, it's like the same principle. If I took 300 sticks and they're all exactly 3 feet long and I want them to hold each other up, I would put them together, they all fall down. But if they're all very different lengths, they're going to hold each other. And that's what hair does.
So would this work on someone who has very fine and thin hair?
Yeah, very much so that it needs it in certain places. You just have to know when you got to pull back. So she's got way more volume now. We're going to scatter this bang. I'm going to train it out of here. And that's it. So it's in a way it's the same haircut, but it's got a different feel to it because of the textures that were used. And, you know, I went with this length of bang only because she already had it cut. You see what I'm saying? I could have done this. I would have probably brought this on around her lips if I would have had the hair to work with. Okay? But the way that what I like to do is the way I like to determine where the bang is going to go. The bang is extremely important. It's like the make or break. You see what I'm saying? You make or break the person's face with where you stick the length of that bang. If it comes down, if the bang comes down below the chin, there's almost no reason to even cut the bang, because what the bang is doing is it's breaking the face. Okay, it's breaking into the face, and what happens is wherever this bang comes and hits the face, that's where your eye is going to draw to the second you see this person. So what I do is if they have really killer eyes, I'm going to frame their eyes. If they have really awesome lips, like she's got, I'm going to put them at her lips. You follow me?
Yes.
Okay. Cool, shorty. All right. So there's the cut. You can see how free it is. See it? See the freedom it has? It will always fall back in line over and over, and no matter what position it puts their head, it will always come back and fall. Okay? And haircutting is all about the fall, because you want to cut the direction in rather than style the direction in. You want to cut it in. So that why? Because what that does is it creates such an easy haircut for your client to duplicate, simulate, and do on their own. Okay, so I'm petting you.